Calling all detectives.
Puzzles and coats, weird wills and rhymed notes are the problems reflective on this page from the casebook of Jerry Browning, Private Detective. You may think I'm clowning, but I, Jerry Browning, a private detective, once had a case I called the Poet's Curse. And believe you me, it went from bad to verse. I rapped on the door marked Adam Flynn, and a deep voice called,
Jerry Browning? Well, walk right in.
I saw two men and a little blonde honey. The three Flynn heirs, all after Adam's money. The names were Roger and Harry and Mary Lou.
We need a clever man. That's why we sent for you.
It was Roger who said that. Then Harry picked up the thread. We haven't had a peaceful moment since old Adam is dead. He looked puzzled, Browning. Haven't you read about his will? It's a queer document with a goofy codicil. You see, Uncle Adam thought he was a poet who never had a chance. When he wanted to write, he had to sell pants. He made millions at it, but just the same, he burned because he yearned to be in the literary game. I tell you, Browning, I'm getting softening of the brain. All this rhyming is driving us insane. Mary Lou smiled sweetly as Harry's rage erupted. I saw my chance and, interrupted. Just a minute, folks. Let me get something straight. You mean you actually must talk at this, rhythmic gait?
That's what we've been telling you. This was Uncle Adam's wish. You wonder we find ourselves in a nice kettle of fish? For 10 whole days we must talk in verse form and make it sound sage. Why, I've memorized a rhyming dictionary page by page. Uncle Adam was adamant, a man of strange sentiment. This is all set down in his final testament. Thus far, we've managed to obey his order.
We've got to. The lawyers have installed a wire recorder. They're checking on us from A to Z. If we don't rhyme all the time, the money goes to charity. I grinned. And I suppose this versifying even includes me. The three Flynns looked grateful. There was a smile on each face. That's the spirit, Browning. Just keep up the pace.
But that's only the beginning. Boy, have we got woes. Take a look. The will's codicil will chill you to your toes. It's here on this paper how we have to qualify. It's up to you to figure out the what and where and why.
I picked up the sheet. There were just 2 lines smack in the middle. Adam Flynn had left his heirs a mighty tricky riddle. The keys in Florida, find it, and you can keep all the riches it took my life to reap.
There you have it, Browning. So the next thing to do is to head for the Southland. That means the 3 of us, and you.
An eccentric character was old Adam Flynn. He waited till death to give his kin riches. And of course, that's no crime. But his will specified they had to find him in rhyme, and within only 10 days' time. Chug, chug went the train. We were Florida bound. And as far as the riddle, I hadn't found any solution. But my clients weren't upset by my admission. They were just glad of the lawyer's permission.
Yep, they let us get away with no more than our pledge. We need this trip. Our nerves are on edge.
We had dinner in the diner, then sat in the club car. The train was clipping, but we weren't getting far, although Roger and Harry made headway at the bar.
This is wonderful. Come on, Cherry, don't you want to feel frisky? I'll tell you my secret. 12 different words rhyme with whiskey.
He started to reel them off, and I do mean reel. But Mary Lou looked at me with sweet appeal. She wanted to stay on the track of the puzzle. As far as we could figure, the first line wuzzle that made sense. Then suddenly I yelled, Mary Lou, I'm getting dense. It says the key's in Florida. Well, just forget the rest. We're certain to find it once we get to Key West. We called for the porter. He brought a map and laid it on our table. As soon as I looked, I was unable to offer enough apologies for that swift and wrong conclusion. Well, the map showed keys in such profusion that it seemed like Florida's in a state of confusion. There was Key Largo, Macomb Key, Long Key, Boot Key, Pigeon Key, Ramrod Key, and a few dozen others. I looked like a monkey to Mary Lou and her brothers, so to cover my embarrassment, I pointed quickly at a dot. Pirate's Cove, that seems a likely spot. Mary Lou nodded, said it was worth trying. In fact, since I mentioned it, her uncle talked of buying an old pirate vessel thought to belong to Captain Kidd. It would be like old Adam to have hidden the key to treasure trove at a place by the name of Pirate's Cove. Then she recollected how in his den, Adam had a drawing of a pair of men. One was a buccaneer with a vivid orange sash and coat. Roger staggered over.
That's it, sister. He would have walked the plank if he hadn't missed the boat.
Well, when we hit Miami, we rented a car, and as for the course, we made it in par. The road was wide open. We passed through the toll. Nothing could stop us from reaching our goal. Nothing, that is, except the sheriff and his men.
Yo, can't dig here. Go on back north again.
Roger got belligerent, started to fight. You've guessed it, we landed in the Pokey. Stayed there overnight. When they let us out, we reckoned the time.
4 days more to talking this silly rhyme.
That's not good. We're broke or badly bent. If we don't beat that deadline, us Flynn's won't have a cent. It was up to yours truly to try to save the day. And suddenly I remembered what Mary Lou had to say about Adam's pirate picture hanging in the old homestead. It had to work, or my face, like the Flynn's finances, would be strictly in the red. I packed him in the car, drove off in high. 2 days later, we were soaring in the sky. And when I got them safely home and into Adam's den, I took down the picture, brought it to the girl and the two amazed men. Here's your uncle's secret, and he's buried it well. He was sure you'd never guess it, because to tell the truth, the key is a word both unique and sly. You can rhyme it with no other, no matter how you try. Now think for a minute. It has to do with Florida's fame. With that, all cried, "Orange!" And then the game began in earnest, for on the pictured pirate's bold orange coat and sash was the clue to Adam's treasure, $4 million in cash. It was all done with dots. They spelled a combination, and when we worked it out, you can imagine the elation. Look, the dots are Morse code, and what do you know? The letters spell a message. The Second National Bank Vault's the place to go. We called the lawyers. They came on the run.
Amazing, remarkable. Old Adam had his fun, but you solved his riddle, did it to perfection.
Roger broke in.
Thanks to Jerry's slick detection.
Yeah, I got all the credit that fine day. What's more, I really made rhyme pay with a great big fine fee, proving that there's more profit than truth in some poetry. Like I said, and you'll probably agree, when you're out on a limb, completely up a tree, just turn a new leaf and don't ever stop. Sooner or later, you'll get to the top. Listen next time to Calling All Detectives. Mystery drama, mystery quiz, and a chance for you to match wits with yours truly, Jerry Browning, Private Detective.